Okay, here we go. I'm making headway. How is everybody doing today? First off, I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching this with me today, okay, during this presentation, which we're talking about no more blues, from worry to action. It is time to take action, right? And so I'm so happy and grateful that you guys are here with me today. All right. Hopefully you can see me on the screen. You can see the screen and all of that. That's how I want it to be. And hopefully you can see all of that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is the No More Blues from Worry to Action, okay, webinar. And this is my baby. I absolutely wanted to do this. Felt like, oh my goodness, how can I not do anything like this? This is my calling, if you say. This is my calling, okay? And so I had to own up to my calling. I had to own up to it. So a little bit, guys, about me. I'm going to tell you my story really quickly. And just know that I'm very, very humbled to be here and to be here before you guys today. All right. Because I mean, it's just a thin line. It's a thin line between being here and not being here. And I mean that literally on this earth. So let me get into my story. Basically, back in 2018, I had gotten to the point where I was tired. Enough was enough was enough. Now, I had already been through, and everybody has challenges and things that they go through in life, right? Everyone has challenges that they go through in life. So mine is I mean, no different. Some people have gone through worse things than me. Some people have not, right? But it really does not matter. It matters how you perceive it, how you perceive your life. So the way that I perceived my life was doom and gloom. And I'm saying that because by the time I was 7, I had lost my mom, meaning my mom had gone on. Now, she was sick. She had been sick ever since she was 5 years old. She had diabetes. So she grew up. She was a sick child. She was sickly ill. And my mother, I remember my mama, she was feisty now. Even though she had childhood diabetes, she was, on the dialysis machine and everything like that. My mama believed in living her life, and not saying that this was her living her life, but maybe this was her thing. I mean, I remember her smoking cigarettes and just going to parties and just having a good time, right? And this was her life, right? Maybe she knew she didn't have a long time on earth. I don't know. But by the time I was 7, she passed away. Okay. Or I just should say she transitioned. Okay. Because Mama, I know you watching, right? She transitioned. And sometimes I look in the mirror and I see her face. Okay. And I'm like, wow, is she really, here looking out for me? I think so. I'm gonna say yes. So that right there from my mom at 7 years old, that shaped my life. That started to shape my life, right? Because nobody else in school, everybody else in school had a mom. Some people later in life, they lose their mom or she transitions. It's rough, it's hard, right? Well, I experienced that at age 7. Okay. So that was one thing. My mom, I remember, my mom and dad not getting along. And that was a thing, right? I remember my dad giving my mom a black eye. That was a thing. Okay. What did that teach me? I'm still in my childhood. What did that teach me about male and female relationships? What did that teach me about marriage? A lot of this stuff we learn from an early age, right? Or we pick it up and it influences the rest of our lives. Okay. It does, right? But by 2018, I was at the point where nothing seemed to be going right in my life. As much as I tried, as much as I tried to be on the positive side, nothing really seemed to work in my eyes. Now, if you were to look at me, you would say, oh my God, she has everything. She has her own home. She has her own car. She drives. She does this. She's done great. I'm sure there are people that wanted to trade places with me, right? I'm sure that there are people that just really didn't like me because they were looking on the outside, right? And isn't it amazing how we tend to look at people on the outside, right? But we have no idea what is going on the inside. We have no idea. And so for me, I did not see myself that way. I saw myself as being lonely, uh, that there was nobody here to help me. And why did God have to take my parents from me? Because my daddy ended up dying by the time I was 20, right? And my mother had already died when I was 7. My grandparents that raised me, they were gone, right? I had distant relatives and they weren't acting right. Can you hear me? Can I get an amen up in here? An amen up in here. And so things were just not, I had enough. And I was like, well, God, maybe you made a mistake. And I grew up in a church. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe I ain't supposed to be here, not at this time in this way. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I made some wrong decisions and I'm having to live by my decisions right now and I don't like it. And I tried to change. I tried this, I tried that, and nothing seemed to work. And so I had come to the conclusion that I was going to say bye-bye to this world. Now, you may not be at that point. I pray and I hope that you have not come to that point, right? But if you have, or if you know someone who has, listen. When you think you down and out, when you think you can't go no further, you can change. When you think you can't change, you can change, and you can change for good. Okay. I overheard someone a video, and it wasn't even a video about this, but she said maybe 1 or 2 sentences how she started practicing gratitude and how it just totally changed her life. And now she was living the life of her dreams. And I heard it, but then I said, that ain't gonna work. I done tried everything. And I had really convinced myself that I was making the right decision to say bye-bye. Now, nobody ever wants to really say bye-bye. We really don't want to say bye-bye. We just want the pain of living to end. Okay. Now, I read a study the other day, and they said that, life has ups and downs. We're good one moment, we may be in a crisis situation the next, whatever. But it's a fact that if someone decides to say bye-bye to this world, if they're in a crisis situation and they get the help that they need, that they may never, ever try to say bye-bye again. Because they get the help that they need. Now, for me, my help was practicing gratitude because I overheard that. And I said, I know it's not going to work, but what if I reach the pearly gates and God says, well, I sent you help. I sent you the answer and you chose not to take it. You chose not to do it. And now here you are. You cannot reverse the decision that you just made. And I didn't want God to tell me that. So I said, God, okay. I heard the lady, but now if I just try to think about what I'm grateful for, that ain't going to work. So I got myself a journal, which I hadn't had a journal since I was 7 years old. I went out and bought a journal and I started writing down 3 to 5 things that I was grateful for every single day. And I put my date off and I said, I'm going to do this for 5 days and I'm going to see how I feel, because on that 6th day, that was the date that I was setting. Well, I did it 5 days straight. I made an appointment with myself and I just simply wrote down little things because I couldn't even hardly think about the good things in my life. But the bad things, oh yeah, I could think about those. But I refused to write those. And I've since learned that what you write, you invite. I started to write down what I was grateful for. And by the end of that 5th day, guys, the only thing that I can tell you is this. I felt so much better. To the point, I said, you know what? I know the 6th day I said I was gone, but I think I'm going to do this another week. And so I did it another week, guys, and I felt better. I did it another week and I felt better. And I did it another week. I felt better, to the point by that 4th week, guys, you couldn't tell me nothing because I wanted to live and nobody could tell me differently. But I did it every single day. Okay? Every day. And that is one of the reasons why I'm here today. Now, I have gone on because that worked for me. And I was like, wow, how did that work? I've tried everything. Everything. I'm in my 40s, my late 40s. And this thing, I'm like, you can't tell me nothing. I want to live. So I went on and I became a licensed and certified. So I said, you know what? I got to tell other people this, but it just can't be a fluke. I can't teach nobody no fluke. I got to know why this really works. And if I could help people with this, oh my God, this is my calling. So I went on and became a licensed and certified neuroencoding specialist. And what that means is, as a neuroencoding specialist, I help people pre-program themselves so that they automatically default to their best versions of themselves. And the fact that I did the gratitude journaling, not even knowing what I was doing back then, I was actually practicing the principles of neuroencoding and I did not even know it. And that is why I changed. So neuroencoding has allowed me to dot my I's and to cross my T's. So I am here to tell you that I am very qualified to talk to you today about this subject of how you can go from worry to action, guys. You can go from worry to action and not even miss a beat, but you're going to have to work on yourself, okay? You're going to have to work on yourself. Now, let me tell you, I am still a work in progress. So don't even think that, oh, she don't have no down days. Oh, she don't have no drama going on in her life. No, 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 no. Listen, I'm still on this journey, But look, when I look back at where I've been, and then I look at where I'm going, oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it because I ain't what I used to be, right? I'm not what I used to be, right? I may not be where I want to be right now, but oh boy, I can sure tell you where I'm going with confidence, okay? And I'm going all the way to the top. This message must reach the world, and I need your help to help me. You are invited to come along this journey with me, to learn with me, okay? You can learn things for you. The top with this, okay? We must reach the masses with this. So at the end of this, I'm going to invite you to come along on this journey with me, okay? You are invited to come along with me on this journey so that you can learn for yourself these techniques that I've learned, okay, that show enough work, okay? And then if you want to teach it to others, that's fine too. You can teach it to others too, all right? Now, how to conquer worry, how to conquer the blues. Listen, we've all been there from time and time again. We have ups and we have downs in life. That's just the way that life is, okay? But the thing is when you have those blues, those down moments, you want to shorten your time there. That's the key. You got to shorten your time there. You can't stay there and wallow in it. You can't even stay there and talk about it all the time, right? No. You wallowing in it, just like a pig in mud. You don't want to stay there. You got to bounce back. You got to get up and go. That's what you really want to do, isn't it? Okay. So let's go there. You're going to transform your anxiety into action. Okay. Anxiety, worries, depression. Okay. Feeling low. Where does it come from? What is it? Listen, if you're experiencing anxiety and depression, it's one of two things, or really both. You're either thinking about what happened in the past, and your mind is stuck in the past, and you're rehearsing it over and over again, and or you're concerned about the future. You're looking at the future and you're uncertain. You're worried about what could happen, what's gonna happen, what could happen. And guess what? You're here and it hadn't even happened yet. So if you're stuck in the past or you're stuck worried about the future, we need to squash that. And we need to learn, see, you have to learn how to think in the present. What the heck is going on right now? What is it that I want right now? And examine yourself in the present, guys. Not worried about what happened and not worried about what's going to happen. Now, you got to take, of course, positive steps forward in the right direction daily. That means you got to work on yourself, ladies. Work on yourself. I'm continuing. That's why I say I'm a continuing process, because I understand the value and the need. I have to always work on myself. I'm always working on my mindset. I'm always working on, okay, what is it that you want? And are your feet headed in that direction? Or are you getting swayed? Are you thinking about the past? Are you stuck in the past? Are you finding yourself down, worried, got your head down? What are the words, Val, that are coming out of your mouth? Are you speaking positively? Are you speaking negatively? Are you talking about something that happened in the past and you're complaining about it? Are you speaking about what are your worries in the future? Are you speaking about those things? If you're speaking about those things, you are most assuredly thinking about those things. In fact, we have 60, 70,000 thoughts a day. Well, what are your thoughts? What are they thinking about? Examine your mouth because you got way more thoughts than is coming out your mouth. So be aware. Just be aware. Don't judge yourself. This is not you judging yourself. I just want you to be aware, of what you're doing, how you presenting yourself, what you're saying. Because if you don't become aware of it, there's no way that you can change it. You think everything's fine. Just like all those years, I thought, well, I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. But guess what? Would you trade places with anybody that you being influenced by? Probably not. Okay. So, not look, there's an old adage that said, never take advice from anybody that you don't want to trade places with. Okay. Now, remember this. You are the author of your own life story. Every chapter, every page is yours to write. Embrace your journey. Find your spark and let your light shine bright. Manifest those dreams with intention and heart because you, my dear, are capable of extraordinary things. Keep believing, keep striving, and most importantly, keep loving yourself. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about some of the things. We just talked about anxiety and what that is, right? Anxiety and depression, right? Feeling low. And I'm going to give you now some techniques that's going to take you from the worrying to action. Because, see, it's not just about you hearing. This is not about you hearing, just hearing what I'm saying, just hearing and say, oh, yeah, that's good. No, 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 no. Here at Limitless Living, I'm giving you actionable steps that you can take. This is a process, okay? And so you have to take action, these processes, in order to get to the other side, okay? Almost consider yourself like there's a bridge where you are now, and you got to cross that bridge to where you're going, okay? That's just the way that it is. So we're going to start off by becoming aware. I want you to be aware of some emotions, some thoughts that are what we call the toxic 10. They don't do you any good. They stifle you, they stop you, okay? And they don't get you, they're not going to get you to the other side of that bridge. So we have to know what they are and we have to arrest them, okay? So now you should have your notes out and you should be taking notes right now, okay? So the first of the toxic 10 is hesitation. Hesitation is a big one, right? It's small. It only takes a moment, but that hesitation can turn into a full stop. That hesitation can come from you doubting either yourself, the situation. Oh, I got to think about it. Oh, I got to pray about it. All that is just hesitation. And that is part of the toxic 10. It's not going to get you to where you want to go. All right. Now, the second is procrastination. Procrastination is a little bit deeper than hesitation. Procrastination is, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Well, hold off. Wait a minute. I'm going to get to it. I can't do it right now, but I'm going to do it later. Or I'm waiting on a certain time. I'm waiting for all lights to turn green before I go, right? All of them got to be green. Even the ones down the street, they got to be green before because when I go, I'm going full steam ahead. No, no, no. You got to understand that there is never, ever, ever a perfect time to start something new. Or there's never a perfect time to start and do the things that you know you got to do. So procrastination is out. It's a toxic 10. It's never going to get you across that bridge. It is not going to get you across that bridge to the land that you are trying to get to. It is not. Okay. The next is fear of fear. Fear of success. A lot of you know right now you got gifts, you got talents, you have things within you right now, but you're afraid, you have a fear of success. You may have a fear of success because you know that there are people, your homies, your family members, your whatever, that they just ain't quite got it like you got. They just ain't cake. They don't wear their hat the same way you wear your hat, right? So you too busy trying to fit in or not to make them mad because you know you got certain talents and gifts within you. So therefore, you fear success. Also, you may fear success because you feel like, well, what if I'm successful, but I can't handle it? What if I can't handle it? What if I really don't have what it takes? Okay. That's a fear of success. You need to squash that. Don't worry. I'm gonna show you how you can squash these. Okay. Let me jump down to imposter syndrome because that's kind of going along with that fear of success too. Imposter syndrome is like, nah, I know I ain't got what it takes. I don't care how accomplished you are in life. Some of the most successful people, guess what? They have imposter syndrome. They always feel that they're not good enough. They always feel that way. They feel like, I know I've done this, I know I've done that, but you just don't understand my situation. I'm really not that good. I'm really not that talented. And what if everybody finds out that I'm really not that good? I'm really not that cool with this subject. That is imposter syndrome. When you feel like you are not good enough. Okay? Squash it, squash it, because we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for you to feel that way. There's lives and there's things, there's people's lives that need to be changed, and people need your talent. They need what God gave you, that thing in you. Squash it, okay? But I'm going to show you really how to do it, okay? Fear of failure. Well, what if I get there and then I fail? What if things don't work out? Is that looking at the future? You so concerned about what could go wrong in the future that you can't go forward right now. That's fear of failure. Squash it. We ain't got time for it. Then there's fear of rejection. Fear of rejection, guys, that's a big one because, you know, there's something that was put into us by the Creator. We need each other, like for real. And when you know that we need each other, who wants to be rejected? by their friends, their family, or even people that they don't know. Nobody wants to be rejected. But understand this, you haven't even tried yet, right? Or maybe you tried and you failed, but there's something where you have to fail forward. That's a real thing. Like, how many times does a child fall down when it learns to walk? Does it ever say, well, shoot, I'm just going to sit here. I'll never learn to walk? It doesn't give up. But how many times does that baby have to fall down in order to learn how to walk? It's a part of success, okay? Overwhelm. Oh my goodness. Overwhelm, overwhelm. Overwhelm is part of the toxic 10. Oh, Val, I got too much on my plate right now. I can't do it. I got this going on. I got that going on. Oh, God, I really want to do it. Or I really want to do the things that I know I'm supposed to be put on this planet to do, but I got all these other responsibilities over here. When am I going to find time to do it? I'm overwhelmed, and it's like a pressure on you, right? You're overwhelmed. You cannot see your way through. We got something for that, okay? Got something for the overwhelm, all right? It's really simple, right? One of the things that I do when I'm overwhelmed is I get out a piece of paper. Y'all know I love a good old piece of paper or a journal, okay? Really, I really like my journals. I really get my journals out, to tell you the truth, right? And I start writing down. Just dump, 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 dump all over that piece of paper. Everything that I've got to do. I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. All the stuff, everything. I'm writing it down. And I'm like, when I'm done, I'm like, okay, at least I got it out of my head and now it's on the paper. I feel a lot better. But dang, how am I going to get all this done? But what you want to do is circle the top three, the top three that's going to get you to where you want to go. The top three that's going to get you to your purpose in life. The top three, if you need to make more money, top three. What are the top three that I could do that's going to get me to where I want to go? And you circle those top three on those paper, on that paper, and you get to go, you get to action, right? All that other stuff, you can delegate that off to somebody else, or you can just do it for later, okay? But those top three, you're going to hone in on those. And let me tell you, boy, does that lift the weight from you. Overwhelm is gone and squashed, right? Because you know what you're doing and you know why you're doing it, right? Because it's getting you to where you want to be, okay? The next is self-loathing. Oh my goodness, self-loathing. That's looking in the mirror and all you see is all the stuff that you don't like about yourself. That's all you see. You see the fat, you see the stomach, you see the stretch marks, you see the wrinkles, you see the blotches, okay? And you're like, oh, ugh, I can't even stand up and look at myself. Ah, look, I've been there before. I have been there, okay? Self-loathing. It's a part of the toxic 10, and you got to do something about it. Don't worry, I'm getting ready. The next part, I'm getting ready to show you what you can do about it, all right? The next is self-doubt. Self-doubt. Doubting yourself. You feel like you're stuck like Chuck, right? Because you're trying to figure it out. You're like, okay, I know what I want to do, but how can I do it? But wait, I can't do that. Wait, I don't know about how to do that. Oh my God, well, what if it doesn't work out? Oh, I don't know. Self-doubt. And you stuck like Chuck. Okay? You're not getting anywhere with the self-doubt. You're not getting anywhere with it. All right? Well, let me tell you what. Self-doubt is not for you. Write that down. Self-doubt is not for you. You ain't got time for that. You got to get across that bridge. You got to get across that bridge onto the other side. And you know what? Sitting there worried about self-doubt and what you think you can and can't do is not going to get you there. All right. And then the last toxic 10 is stress. Stress, stress, stress. You know, they say stress will kill you, right? Stress will kill you. Stress. Where does it come from? Not taking care of yourself, worry, okay? It's a negative vibration, right? We've got to learn self-care and to take care of ourselves. It is okay for you to put yourself first, ladies. It is okay for you to put yourself first, mothers. It is okay for you to put yourself first, wives. Listen, if you're on a plane, what is a flight attendant tell you? She always says, should we experience turbulence, ups and downs of life, make sure you put that mask on your face first, right? Not your baby's face, not your husband's face, not your boyfriend's face, not your boss's face, but yours. Then you can help somebody else. All right. So we got to learn to take care of ourselves, to take breaks, do things for ourselves, self-love, self-care. We just got to do it, guys. If you feel yourself running down, getting run down, stop. Okay. Stop, and do an about face and change. All right. So those are the toxic 10: hesitation, procrastination, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of rejection, overwhelm, self-loathing, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and stress. We do not need the toxic 10. They are not going to get us to where we want to go. So now I'm going to teach you a little technique. Okay. I'm going to teach you a little technique. I'm backing up so I can teach you this technique. It is called the stop technique, right? And make sure you take notes, right? If you have the recording of this, you can go back and you can watch it. Just make sure you want to do this, all right? This was a game changer for me when I first started with this. I still do this today, by the way, okay? And it's amazing. It is something, it is something that is going to change. You can use it. It's not one of those things where I can use it for this, and I can use it maybe for this over here. It's good for all things. It has a compound effect. So there may be something going on in your life, right, that you're feeling down about, right? Or you're feeling unsure about, right? Those toxic 10 are coming up and you feel it and you got to eradicate it. Well, the first step of the stop technique is you must feel bad. And guess what? You're going to have to make yourself feel bad on purpose. Now, some of y'all, that ain't going to even be a stretch. Oh, I can make myself feel bad, right? But as you continue to do this, you're going to have to make yourself feel bad. And that's a good thing, okay? So make yourself feel bad or feel bad on purpose, right? And notice, when you feel bad, you probably got your head down. You're worried about stuff. You may be on your phone, flicking on your phone, you know, that kind of thing. And you notice you're feeling bad. Well, Once you notice yourself feeling bad, it's time to act. And you're going to say, stop. You're going to get up. You're going to say, stop, stop, real fast. Now, when you get up like this, you just did something. Anybody ever been watching TV and you're thinking, oh man, I need to go in the kitchen and get so-and-so, or I need to go in the car, get the car keys real quick when this commercial come on, and I need to get such and such out the car. And so you jump up at the commercial time and you walk over to your bedroom because your purse is in there to get your keys out, and you say, wait a minute, why? Wait a minute, I done forgot what I came in here for. Has that ever happened to anybody? Is it ever happened? If it's happened to you, put a 1 in the comment, okay? Put a 1 in the comment. Now listen, you're not going crazy. You're not getting old timers disease, okay? This is a natural, normal, and it's a quite scientific thing that just happened. You just created a scotoma in your brain. It's like a blank spot in your brain. You forgot. So when you are feeling bad and you jump up and you say, stop, guess what? Your mind just went blank. Now you got to put something good in there. Okay. That's the next thing you got to do is put something good in there. Okay. So you're going to say your affirmation, right? It may be something really, really quick, like just a 1 sentence thing, like, I am magnificent, right? It might be, I am amazing. It might be, I got this, right? Whatever it is, you're going to say that. You're going to point to yourself. Sometimes I'll beat on my chest like this. I'm moving with my body, right? And guess what? Then I praise myself. You can pat yourself on the back. Personally, I love to dance, right? So I wiggle, I shake my hips like this, right? And I sit on back down. Guess what? That was the stop technique. So now I'm going to do it for you, right? And this is the way, this is the flow in the way it should go, okay? So it starts out slow and then it gets fast, right? So you got you dang it. You're not feeling, you're feeling sad about something, feeling bad, something just crossed your mind. And you say, stop. I am magnificent. 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 Whoa. Now, tell me if y'all did that with me. Tell me, first of all, you got some good exercise in right now, okay? But second of all, you feel really good right now. It's no way you don't have a smile on your face and you feel magnificent. You just did something so wonderful for your mind just by doing that. That is the stop technique. Y'all, the endorphins, everything is going right now. Oh, you are feeling good. Your body is being flooded with great chemicals all up in your brain, and you feel good. And guess what? You just magnetize yourself right? Not only did you magnetize yourself, but man, as people come around you, all that energy is going to be flowing through you. Okay. Now, listen, you got to do this. I like to do it at least twice a day, sometimes more, but at least twice a day, 10 times each is what you want to do. And sometimes I feel it like right here in my spine. Like I just feel it, just feels like this energy jolt. I mean, I feel good. Okay. And guess what? Do it in the morning and do it at night before you go to bed. Make yourself do it. Get yourself a journal, a habit tracker, and track it. Okay. Check it off. Just see if you can do it. Can you do it for 5 days? Can you do it for 10 days? Just do it, guys. I'm telling you. It is very, 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 very powerful. It's good for you physically, it's good for you mentally, and it covers everything. So it doesn't just cover that one thing that you're feeling bad about. But as things start to happen, as life goes on, may be other things that's going on in your life. It's good for all of it. It has a compound effect, and it's amazing. It is amazing. Okay. So, yes, y'all, we are conquering these fears, these worries together. Okay. And action is the key. So, it's no longer can you just hear a thing, be educated by a thing, and let that thing affect you. No, 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 no. Listen, all of those feelings of feeling down and out and stuck and just miserable. You know what? You thought about those things time and time again. They became a part of your subconscious mind. But we're clearing all that mess out. All right? We're clearing all that mess out. And I want you to write something down. What you write, you invite. Okay? What you write, you invite. So you do need a journal. You need a journal just for us. You need a journal just to put your notes in. You need a journal just for gratitude, just to put the good stuff in, guys. Have yourself a journal because I'm giving you assignments, okay? Homework. You know, my grandmother taught fourth grade for 35 years. And when I look at myself, that nose right there, I see my grandma, okay? So look, she told me to tell you to give you homework. And it's in the doing of the homework is when your transition will come. All right. But you got to do it. Okay. So I want you to do an exercise called write down your 50 wins, and you got to do it tonight. That means no more waiting, procrastinating. Heck, you can do it when you get off of here right now. No more procrastinating. No more putting off. No more hesitation. Y'all know that's part of the toxic 10. Make a decision right now. I'm doing this. Okay. I want you to write down 50 of your wins tonight. Now, this is the way this works now. This is a fast exercise, but you got to set your timer in your phone, your watch, whatever, your stove. Set a timer for 20 minutes. Okay. I'm giving you 20 minutes. Set the timer. Go in a quiet place. I don't care if it's your bathroom, close the door. All right. You need this time to be uninterrupted. You cannot be watching the TV. You cannot be on those, turn the social media off. Turn off your notifications. Okay. This time is for you. All right. This time is for you. Now, what are your wins? Now, think about all the way from birth to now. I want you to write down 50 of your wins. Okay? Listen, if you're in your 50s, that's one a year. You can start off with, I did learn how to walk. I fell down a bunch of times, but I did learn how to walk. I learned how to eat. My mama taught me how to eat. Put a spoon in my mouth. Uh-huh. At first she had to feed me, but then I was taking that thing on my own. Okay. Those are wins all the way up into school, college, graduation, marriage, whatever, right? Write down your wins. You got 20 minutes to do it. Set the timer and do it. Now, listen, at first, I gave you a couple of them just now, but it may be a little hard for you, right? Because you're so inundated with thinking about all the things that go wrong. Listen, if I told you to write down all the things that went wrong, you could write those down, no problem, right? But we are retraining our brain and a whole lot more. So I want you to take the time to sit there. Even if you got the pen in hand, you got your notebook, and you're like, I can't think of nothing, and you're getting frustrated. I want you to feel the frustration. Feel that frustration. You got to move past it. Come on, keep thinking. You got to have some wins. You got write them down, write them down, write them down. And then one's gonna come. Write that down. And maybe a few moments later, something else. Towards the end, boy, you probably gonna start writing some stuff out. But when that buzzer goes off, close the book, put the piece of paper down, put the pen down. That's it. Go on about your business. You know you had some food on the stove. Go ahead on to it now. You know your social media is on, your TV is on, whatever. Go on, get to it. But let me tell you what's gonna happen. Can I tell you what's gonna happen? You're gonna say, I'm done with that. Hey, if you didn't get all 50, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Do not down yourself, okay? But we're gonna keep that book, right? Because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch TV. It might be tonight, it might be tomorrow, it might be a couple days from now. But all of a sudden, this is the way that the subconscious mind works. You're going to start thinking about good things that happened to you way back when. You're going to start thinking about wins that you had and something you ain't thought about in years. Grab that book and start writing it down. Grab that piece of paper, start writing it down because you're adding to your list. In fact, now you have permission to go ahead and start adding to that list and finish out that 50 or go on and pass that 50, okay? So that is writing down your wins. So your homework is you're going to write down your wins, your 50 wins tonight, okay? Shoot me a message, okay? Comment on any of my social media. Shoot me a message, however. Hey, I did it, right? And you're going to do the stop technique twice per day, 10 times each time, right? Do that for at least the next week, okay? Really, I want you to do it for 10 days, but let's take it a week at a time, okay? And message me, let me know that you did your homework, all right? So if we have any questions today, I will be taking questions from you guys today. Okay. If you have any questions, drop some questions. If you don't have any questions right now, it's okay. You can message me on my social media, reach out to me and ask any of your questions because I'm here. You can ask me anything. I am here to help you. All right. Now, guys, I want to welcome you to a project that has really, really, really been on my heart. Okay. And it is called the Resiliency Project. Okay. And so if you registered for this webinar, you're going to get an email talking about the Resiliency Project. It is a community of like-minded people that are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you are ready. You are ready to get the processes, all the processes that you need. You want accountability, right? So that you can link up with a partner and be accountable, right? Make sure you're doing your exercises. Make sure you've done your stop technique. Make sure you've written down your wins. And oh, listen, there are many, many, many more techniques that we have, okay? That I'm sharing with you in the resiliency project, okay? Discover, guys, discover how to transform your worries into proactive actions, okay? Listen, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Go to valdancer.com and put in that you want to be a part of the resiliency project. Yes, it's a membership. It's a membership. And you can cancel, of course, the membership at any time. There's no obligation, but there's lots and lots and lots of information in there, right? And you can just drown in all of that. Or what should I say? Get drenched in all of that information and wonderful processes that's in there. So that is the resiliency project. Okay. And you can be a charter member. So charter members is $19 a month. It's not going to stay at $19 a month, but charter members are going to get it. The founding members are going to get that wonderful, wonderful deal. So guys, I will see you on the other side of that bridge, guys. I'll see you on the other side of that bridge. So thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you guys next time.